Hi, everyone. It's Charles Harper, and this is the audio edition of our podcast and the Saturday edition of our podcast. And what I want to do for the next couple of nights is really give you some of my predictions for 2021. This is something that I've been promising that I was going to do in our weekend Q&A. I didn't have time tonight, so I'm going to do this tonight in particular, and maybe even if I can't finish, is to go beyond this and to do this a couple of nights in a row. And one in particular that I've been talking about with our Ultimate Insiders is that some of the more traditional ways of selling, digital products, I think in 2021 is going to continue to change, so that if you're talking about the old model of setting up a sales page, driving people to an opt-in page and then sending them direct to the sales page, I think those things are still going to continue to shift. And what is it going to shift to? I think it's still going to be that people are now, after the pandemic, um, buying is going to shift more toward people. Those people who are, in front of people, those people who are doing those live broadcasts, and those people are who are doing, these webinars and getting people engaged. They're not going to necessarily send people to sales pages. They're going to be sending people direct to the checkout page, and in effect, things like doing workshops and things like doing teaching. Those are going to actually be the sales page, and that's going to continue to happen, I think, in 2021. Does that mean that copy's unimportant? Does that mean that direct response does not work? That's not what I'm saying. It's definitely still valid. It's definitely always going to work. There's always going to be a place for it, but there is a shift that has been happening. And if you look at the popularity during the pandemic of YouTube in particular, you'll notice then that people have been building up what I call a war chest of followers and subscribers, or basically an audience. So what does that mean for you if you're a PLR user? In particular, you're selling or you're looking to do video PLR. I think you've got to, I think we've got to, I think in general, those of us who are in the MMO space, we got to double down on having an audience. And again, I mean, it just, and I'm talking specifically about selling information. I'm talking specifically in particular because I know it about video products in particular, that, now is really the time to, begin to amass the people that are hearing you according to, your whatever your unique view is. I talked about that a little bit tonight in our weekend Q&A. So that's one of my predictions for 2021, is that this shift where people are not necessarily always going to be the best buyers if they come to you through a sales page, and if they instead come through to you through some kind of way where you were teaching them, or you were training them, or they saw or they engage with you, where you were on with them live. I think that those are going to be the kind of sales that were traditionally those that came through a sales page, and that you sort of walked them through the funnel. They're now going to be your better customers, where they come to you because they sort of engage with you, or engage with a piece of content with you. We're looking at you face to face. Now, again, I'm not saying you have to get on camera. I'm not saying any of those things. I am saying, though, that doubling down on building an audience, even if all you're doing with that audience is engaging with them openly on email, it is going to take that level of engagement, I think, to kind of move past the more traditional ways of getting people into a sales page. So that's one prediction I have for 2021, that trend that was moving in that direction is going to continue in that direction. And that's our podcast tonight. So maybe what I'll do tomorrow is I'll kind of continue these, and I'll go to my next prediction. As always, I want to encourage you to go to theplrshow.com. Make sure that you have our free PLR Academy. Then you'll get access to our newsletter, where we talk about PLR every single day. Also, depending on when you're hearing this, you want to make sure that you've got our Extreme 2.0, where you're going to be getting your own workshop materials in order to teach your own workshops. So I'm going to also upload this to our audio broadcast there in Anchor, and you can access it through your favorite audio channel, whether that's iTunes, Spotify, or whatever the case is. With that, thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.